We're here today for our Hometown Happening segment. I am pleased today to have Catherine Ann Martin with me. With February being American Heart Month, it's a time when all people can focus on their cardiovascular health. I have with me today the very best development director for the CSRA Heart Ball in conjunction with the American Heart Association. I have invited Catherine today to share a little bit about some of the local initiatives that are being implemented by the American Heart Association locally and how you can help through giving, donating items for their upcoming auction at the Heart Ball, and volunteering your time. So, Catherine, if you will, just kind of start out by telling us a little bit about some of the local initiatives that are being promoted that y'all are leading the way on to help this area have better health overall.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for having me, Nancy. I'm really excited to be here. I'm very proud to say that the American Heart Association has an active hand in the community, and we are really passionate about improving the heart health of this area. For example, food access is a real issue here. There are several neighborhoods who are food deserts, which are areas without a grocery store within 5 miles. The median income is very low, et cetera. And those people don't have means to get to the foods that are going to keep them healthy. So we work with other nonprofits and put together farmers markets that both stimulate the economy by supporting our local farmers and also give those communities access to the foods that they don't have on a regular basis. Specifically, we've been working off of Laney Walker Boulevard. Proud to have served over 1,300 people at that location this year.
Right.
So food access is a huge priority for us here. We're also working to help the CSRA manage their blood pressure. There are enough people with hypertension or high blood pressure in the CSRA to fill the James Brown Arena 36 times.
Wow.
That is a ton of people.
Yes.
And, you know, when it comes to heart health, you can kind of monitor what you're putting in your mouth. You can monitor if you're smoking. You can monitor your stress levels, but you can't always tell exactly where your blood pressure is. And if you have high blood pressure all the time, you can't sit here and say, oh, yep, my blood pressure is high without going to get it checked. So education and awareness is a huge piece of changing the narrative around blood pressure. So we've got a couple of programs that we're working on there. One of them is to help the rural part of the CSRA. We're working to get blood pressure cuffs in the homes of over 300 patients so that they can take their blood pressure at home and then be connected virtually to a medical professional to stay on top of their numbers. On the flip side of that, we are also working with local barber shops in the area for a Check It in the Chair program.
Oh.
And that is where we're going to train barbers to open up the conversation about high blood pressure with their clients. And we will give them the tools where their customers can check blood pressure right after their haircut and then be directed to any of the amazing local resources that we have here. So really trying to reach all communities and make sure that people are just aware of the great resources we have, and there are options if you need to take another step.
That sounds exciting
Really
and very well needed. So we are covering the rural areas with having available cuffs, and then we're covering the urban areas by equipping barbershops or whatever in the urban areas to train them to take blood pressure, and you're supplying the materials. If their blood pressure is high, you know, this is where you can go to look further into, you know, ways to lower your blood pressure or prevent it or things like that to bring them more education.
Exactly. And the common theme amongst both the rural and the urban patients is lack of transportation. That can really be a huge obstacle, even when it comes to healthy foods access. Lack of transportation is a huge obstacle. So it's really easier to help someone with their health by meeting them where they are. And as much as we would love to, we can't create this wonderful bus or underground metro system in the CSRA. So we're doing what we can right now to have an immediate impact.
Well, that is incredible, and I'm excited to hear about those programs going on. So tell us about some of the fun things that are coming up that the CSRA, American Heart Association, are doing to raise awareness, raise money, and have fun all at the same time.
Sure. So the way we get these wonderful programs off the ground is, of course, raising money. And there are some very fun ways to do that. We've got two major events here in the CSRA, and that's the Heart Walk in March and the Heart Ball, which is going to be in April this year. The Heart Walk is coming up on March 12th. It's going to be at SRP Park at the baseball stadium, which we're really excited about. We usually have about 5,000 people turn out for that event. It's a great opportunity to bring the entire family to learn about heart health. We've got activities for the kids. And you're going to get your feet moving, which really is the first step towards better heart health.
Well, they have screening there as well.
Yeah, so we're going to have a lot of local resources from Augusta University, University Piedmont Hospital System, and doctors, of course. So people will get to really see everything that the CSRA has to offer at that event.
Great.
In April, on April 15th this year, we are really excited to be back in person and back in the ballroom for the CSRA Heart Ball. It'll be at the Augusta Marriott starting at 6:30 p.m., and that is a formal gala. We have a wonderful program where we get to meet some local heart heroes, like we like to call them, and enjoy a dinner, cocktails, and dancing. There's going to be a silent and a live auction. It's a wonderful evening.
Well, that sounds exciting, and I have a special tie to that since I am this year's Heartball auction chair. So I'm excited about that and some great items that we are going to have for bid to be able to raise money to have available resources for all these programs that are, of course, obviously needed badly. What are some ways just regular folks like me or whoever can get involved with the American Heart Association, can, give back, whether it be financially or giving of their time through volunteering? What are a couple of ways that they can do that?
Sure. So we have a ton of opportunities for folks to give back at every single level. We do have some seats available for the Heart Ball still. If there are people interested in that, we've got sponsorship opportunities where they can get a business name out there. So we've got tons of things surrounding the Heart Ball. We do have an opportunity, though, for what is the greatest resource, which is just time. We would love to have volunteers come help us set up and manage some of the stations at both of our events, both Heart Ball and Heart Walk. We are always looking for folks to connect us with communities. So, for example, we have a Women of Impact program where we focus on maternal health in this community and educating women on the difference in heart attack and stroke symptoms from men and women. And we would love to get into some church groups, some Rotary clubs, etc. We love to do hands-only CPR trainings as well. So if you have a group that would be interested in learning that, please reach out and come hang out at one of our farmers markets. We would love some representatives to just talk to the community, be there to kind of field some questions. We'll tell you everything you need to know, and you can kind of be our feet on the street for us.
And can they get a grocery bag of food?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you've got to come. The local farmers that we have are spoiling me 100%. Going to a grocery store is not the same as buying fresh from your neighbor down the street.
Right.
It really isn't. So we have found a local meat vendor. We find all of our honey locally now.
Wow.
We've got some great fresh vegetables. So absolutely come get some groceries at the farmer's market and introduce yourself and just say that you'd like to get involved. We need somebody for every single event we've got.
And that usually is true of most nonprofit organizations like the American Heart Association. So as we conclude this, what is the best way for them to contact you, Catherine?
Sure. So they can reach out at csra@heart.org. That's csra@heart.org. Someone will get back to you within 24 hours if you send us an email there. We are really excited to have our events back in person this year. We're going to do them as safely as we possibly can. Would love if you've got even some auction items that you would like to donate for the Heart Ball auction. Anything from a restaurant gift card to a designer bag, massage gift cards, etc. If you think it might work, then send us an email and we'll be happy to work with you on that too.
And those are tax deductible
Absolutely
donations, and that is the key because it's on April 15th.
Yes, we're going to give you something more fun to do on tax day this year
than filing your taxes.
Yes.
So you got to file your taxes early. Well, thank you so much for coming in and talking to us today about how important the American Heart Association is, and specifically to this area and what y'all are doing. Y'all are really doing a lot to make a difference in the health of the community and bringing about education and awareness, and hopefully we lessen those heart attacks and cardiovascular diseases and things like that through this education, and that is the main goal. So I really do appreciate you coming. The Heart Association has a special place in my heart, and as I know it does for you, so I really appreciate you telling everybody else how we can help and give back and make sure we're all heart healthy for not just February, but all 12 months of the year. Thank you so much, Catherine.
Thank you so much, Nancy.